Good afternoon, Gaffer. Before we get on to tomorrow's match, can you summarise how you saw the performance on Saturday against Knox County?
Having watched it back, I felt that in game, the first 20 minutes was very much Knox County's. They were dominant in possession, dominant in controlling the game, and thoroughly got the goal, you'd say, in favour of the way they started. I felt that we didn't get out at them. I think we showed them too much respect. And then from 25 minutes onwards, I felt that we showed a little bit, and that probably coincided with Marshy coming on the park. I felt that he had a good influence on the game. We played higher up the pitch, we shut the gaps behind the midfield unit, so it enabled us to really press with an intent and to go and get the goal with Elliot. And then I felt we started the second half really well, and then again they go and get the goal, which is, we've watched it today. I think that it's something that can most definitely be dealt with on 3 occasions. Femi on possession of the ball twice, and then we just don't react as a team. And yeah, great finish from Cairo Mitchell, but I think we can get a little bit more pressure on the ball. And then I think we deservedly go and get the equaliser with Marshy, and we look strong to finish the game, which is a positive. But yeah, I think on fair reflection, a draw was probably an equal result come 5 p.m.
You said before the season started you need to draw your away games and win your home matches. You've done the opposite this time round, but you must be pleased with the performances so far.
Yeah, look, it's a tough 2 opening games. Away to Southend, and they go to Solihull on Saturday and get a 1-1 draw. I think they're going to be a side that are going to be in and around it. I think they've got a gaffer that's very strong. So to go there on opening day and record a 1-0 win was positive. And look, we was back to the wall for the last 15-20 minutes, whether that was with 10 or 9. And to play Knox County home or away, I think I have to respect the work that they've done. I've watched them against Maidenhead very closely and obviously seen them firsthand on Saturday afternoon. 4 points from them 2 games, whichever way you do it, a win away from home or a win at home, I think is a positive return. They're now done their part. That's something that we've dealt with, and thankful that we have got 4 points. But I think now it's very much the focus turns to Aldershot. So good start, but it's just a start. It's 2 games, and we need to build on what we've done and progress and improve on things that we feel that we can be better at.
We've witnessed some great squad characteristics. To hold out with 9 men at Southend to get the win, and to come back from behind twice to get a deserved draw on Saturday. How do you maintain that focus from the players on a match-by-match basis?
I've had players pull me today. Not happy being left out of the squad. Not happy starting. And this is my crosses I have to bear in terms of where I see things. And it's positive conversations. I want people knocking on my door asking to get into the team. And we've got a 19-man squad, and on any given day, if selected, 5 changes tomorrow night or 7 changes against Torquay, I genuinely believe in this group, and this is probably the best group I've ever had the luxury of working with. I think that competition plays a massive part in ensuring that there is a togetherness, there is an understanding that you've got to keep your shirt, because there's people waiting in the wings that want to take your starting 11 berth. And Marshy's won. Marshy's come on and had influence in the game. And now all 3 strikers, barring Lee Love, who I felt was very productive up until he's sending off at Southend, have scored a goal. So I think it bodes well for us. And I look at that, and you'll see Jamal Pfeiffer was just the highlights throughout there. Jamal Pfeiffer makes a block on Cairo Mitchell late on in the game, and you get Femi high-fiving him, Will Evans jogging 5 yards to give him a cuddle, and Ashmore giving him a high 10. I think there is a togetherness, there is a belief in this group. I think that's instilled in us. We're very much mirrored. Me as the manager, I mirror this football club and the chairman, and we mirror this community. And I think that as a given, you should be working at your maximum every time you put on a Boreham shirt. And I think the boys have shown that in the early stages of the season. And if that continues, which I hope it does, we should have a positive season this year.
You've already touched on it. Tyrone Marsh came on in the first half against Knox and made a big impact to the game. Are these the type of headaches that you enjoy as a manager when it comes to your team selection?
100%. And the good thing at the minute is the S&C boys are doing their jobs. Steve Snelling, the physio, is doing his job in terms of getting everyone fit and available for selection. And that's the big thing that I spoke about all pre-season. Having no injuries, having people available for selection. I said it, I have 11 invites to my party. I've got 5 on the guest list, waiting list, and I've got 3 that are going to be sat in the stand, and not involved. But for me, that's what wins leagues. That's what gets you competitive week in, week out. And like I said, Reece's another one. He's come on superb in the last 2 games, had an impact in the game, and he hasn't started yet. And he was on 10, 11 goals from our midfield last year. To have Marsh, who scored 16 goals last year, sat on the bench in the first 2 games, that's 26 goals in our team that have been pulled away and sitting next to me for large amounts of the game. And yeah, I think it's positive. To have these headaches as a manager, yeah, I have to obviously debrief the staff and the management team to best suit an opposition to get the result for the football club. And that may be tomorrow night with changes, that may be Saturday with changes. But like I said, we've got personnel now in the building that I'm really excited about. George Williams doesn't feature against Southend, comes in and puts in a very good performance at right wing back. You've got Dennis Lewis that coming on up top and does unbelievable at stretching their unit. These are all lads that haven't started games, haven't been in squad. So for me, yeah, it is going to be a headache, but one that I think is warranted with the squad that we've got. And like I said, I've had people coming knocking on my door first week after Southend, again today. That's part and parcel of being a manager. And if I can get them on board, that's half my job done.
Moving on to tomorrow night, we face Aldershot, who have had a tough start to the season with defeat with 2 strong teams in Solihull and Chesterfield. But what are you expecting from them tomorrow?
So obviously lost to Solihull opening day 4-1. Solihull are an excellent team. These are a team that lost out in the playoff final against Grimsby to get into the EFL, and obviously then travelled to Chesterfield. And I think you look at our start and say Southend and Knox County, then you say there's this Solihull and Chesterfield. It just shows you the calibre of personnel in this division. With regards to Aldershot, I think he's done a fantastic job in keeping them in the division last year. I think that his recruitment's been very productive. You look at the likes of Harfield's coming in, Corey, Cordner, Partington, who I like, Innie Effiong. These are all lads that are established National League players, and I think they have a way and a system that can affect you. Willard on the left-hand side, Glover on the right-hand side. They do a lot of angle balls and get out. Luca Ashby hammered in goals, got unbelievable distribution. So, yeah, I'm not foolish. It's going to be another tough affair tomorrow evening, but one we're going to relish, one we're excited to ensure we get on the front foot. We've played against 2 sides that have probably been a little bit more dominant on the ball, and that's something that we need to ensure that tomorrow evening we start full and frank and get out at Aldershot from the off, and let's see what they got, because like everyone in this division, they have weaknesses and they have their strengths. We need to nullify their strengths and expose their weaknesses, and that's something that we've looked at today, worked on the training ground, and hopefully we can implement and put it into practice tomorrow night to get 3 points.